And Ishtar was furious, right? And Ishtar said, because you've done this, one of you will die. After a few days, Enkidu was so ill and started to die. How did Gilgamesh react to this?
It was very sad.
And so was so sad that he did everything he can to keep him alive. And he cried and cried and cried until Gilgamesh noticed something in Enkidu's body, that really struck Gilgamesh. Something happened with Enkidu's body that then Gilgamesh realized, yes, this will happen to me too. What is that?
A maggot crawled out of his nose.
Yes, and that's one of those repetitions in the story, very powerful. A maggot came out and he knew that Enkidu's body is rotting. Yes. When I read that, I was like, my hair, when I listened to that, my hair starts to stand up. Yeah, because that will happen to me as well. And so, what was Gilgamesh's resolve? What was his action?
He decided to try and find out how to become immortal.
Yes. He would say, that will happen to me, I will die too. And so he journeyed. Yeah? He left his city, journeyed, and where did he go first?
The wilderness.
So the wilderness, and then he was shown he has to undergo a test to go through this. So he recognized that there's a man who is immortal. He realized that there's a man who is immortal. And so what did he have to do to get to this immortal man? So he can ask this man what to do to get this immortal life.
He had to cross an ocean or a river.
Yeah, before that.
Oh, I don't know.
He has to go through a cave. And this cave, this mountain cave, is guarded by what type of people?
Scorpion people.
Yeah, it's a scorpion man. Yeah, so basically, half scorpion, the top part is a human being, the other part is a scorpion. And he has to go through this cave in darkness, right? At night time. He has to go just the sun, as the sun was setting, and had to go out of the cave just before sunrise. And how it was described in the story is quite something. And here is another storytelling technique. Yeah, if we look at the words there. And when he came out, who met Gilgamesh on the other side of the cave? So here she met a woman and said, "Who are you? Are you a robber?" Right? Because he was dressed like a robber. He was tattered clothes and all of that. And basically, no, I'm here, I'm Gilgamesh, I've came to find this. And said, why are you dressed like that? And so he narrates the story again of Enkidu's, that some maggot came out of Enkidu's nose and all of that, narrates his story, another repetition. And so this woman called Siduri, what did he suggest? Because Gilgamesh was looking for the immortal man. Where did Siduri point this out? What did Siduri do to help Gilgamesh?
Right now.
Well, he said, there's a boat. So Utnapishtim is living in an island because this was the immortal man. And Utnapishtim can only be reached by a boat. There's a boatman called Or-Shinabi. And basically, can we go on for another 10 minutes, right? Just to finish the story. Yeah?
Yeah.
So he said, go to the boatman. And so Gilgamesh went to the boatman. On his way to the boatman, right? What did Gilgamesh encounter? Gilgamesh encounters stone men, and he fought them and killed and kind of dismantled and destroyed them. Right? The stone men. And it's also been in the story when you listen to it. Yeah? Because we're trying to get through just the plot. And so now, Gilgamesh met Uruk, the boatman, and Gilgamesh said, please take me to Utnapishtim, the immortal man. And the boatman said, how can I take you? You just destroyed the stone men. Yeah? So what's so special about the stone men?
They might die from the water of death.
Yes, because that was the water of death. Yeah, they were like pushing the boat. They're the only ones that are unharmed. Right? So you just destroyed my rower, my engine basically. That's my engine. They pushed the boat from this place to the island of the immortal man. But what was the suggestion of Uruk, the boatman?
Didn't they build another boat?
Well, the suggestion was this. The suggestion was that cut 300 cedar woods, or something, or some kind of a number, and they would use that as a pole. So as they go in, so there's this boat with a lot of cedar sticks, and as they put the cedar stick on the water of death, it disappeared. Enough to push it, and then it's gone. Enough to push it, and it's gone until they reach the other side. And so the Gilgamesh reached the other side and met Utnapishtim, the immortal man. And even Utnapishtim knows about him already. That's how long his journey was. And so, what did Gilgamesh ask? He said, I'm here to ask you, how do I gain immortal life? How do I gain immortal life? And what did Utnapishtim do? What did Utnapishtim, the immortal man, say to Gilgamesh?
He told him the story of the flood.
Yes. And so, Utnapishtim, the immortal man, said that this how I gain immortality is through the story of the flood. And it is that flood story that was discovered by George Smith from the British Museum. That was the part of the story, that he was excited. So the flood story that was that Utnapishtim told is the tablet that George Smith discovered as a parallel flood story to Noah's Ark. Now, when George discovered this, he was ecstatic, when he read it, that he ran around the British Museum because his job was to clean, and maintain these clay tablets. And when he discovered this, he was like so ecstatic that he ran around the British Museum, and as he ran around, he kind of ripped out his clothes. This was a story, rip out his clothes. It's like one of those football games. When somebody scored a goal, they run around and then slid in their knees and then rip out their jerseys. It's that feeling. Utnapishtim narrated the flood story, and Utnapishtim says that was a once in a lifetime opportunity that we have been giving immortal lives and can never be done again. But Gilgamesh was so persistent and said, please, I'll do everything that I can if you ask your God to give me immortal life too. And so Utnapishtim, together with his wife, said, okay, I'll give you a chance, but you have to be awake for 7 days and 7 nights. What was the test? Okay. Well, that was the test. I already said it. You have to be awake for 7 days and for 7 nights. And if you can manage to do that, yes, you have a chance to be immortal. And of course, um, Gilgamesh said, "Oh, I can do that. That is easy, right?" And as soon as he agreed to that, he kind of tried to stay awake. He fell asleep. He was so tired from all his journey.